She stood in the rain looking at him, eyes full of something he could not name, or maybe something he did not want to name because naming it meant facing the truth. And the truth was something he had been running from for so long that it felt like his own shadow had become a stranger to him. Yet here she was, standing in front of him with her heart open, with her soul bleeding, with words unspoken, with questions he refused to answer with love. He refused to accept with patience that was finally wearing thin, and still he said nothing because words were too small and feelings were too big and time was too short and fear was too loud. So he just looked at her and she just looked at him and there was silence, but within that silence there was a storm, there was a fire, there was everything that had ever mattered and everything that ever would. And then she turned, and then she walked, and then she was gone, and only then did he understand. Only then did he hear the echoes of everything. Unsaid, only then did he realize that love is not something you hold on to. It is something you fight for, and now it was too late. But before you let her go, watch this, watch the way she loved you. Watch the way she waited. Watch the way she gave until there was nothing left to give, and then ask yourself if you ever truly deserved her at all. She walked away, but he could still feel her presence like a ghost, like a whisper, like a song he once knew by heart, but had somehow forgotten she had given him. Everything she had waited through the storms, through the silence, through the nights. He turned away through the days he let love slip through his fingers like sand. She had been the light in his darkness, the warmth in his winter, the voice that told him he was enough even when he didn't believe it himself. But he had been blind to the way her eyes dimmed a little more each time he pushed her away. Blind to the weight she carried alone because he was too afraid to carry it with her, blind to the way she held on to hope, even as it crumbled in her hands, and now she was gone. Her footsteps fading into the distance, her scent lingering for only a second longer, her love no longer waiting at the door. And now he felt it. The emptiness, the hollow space where she used to be, the silence that was no longer comforting but deafening. He wanted to call out. He wanted to run after her. He wanted to tell her he saw it now. He understood. Now. He loved her now. But love does not wait. Love does not pause. Love does not beg to be seen. It only gives, and when it has given all it leaves. And now he was left with nothing but the echoes of what once was, and the lesson he had learned too late. So before you let her go, watch this, watch the way she loved without limits, watch the way she forgave without hesitation, watch the way she stood beside you, even when you gave her every reason to walk away. And if you still cannot see it, if you still cannot fight for her, if you still cannot hold her heart like the fragile, beautiful thing that it is, then let her go because someone else will see, someone else will fight, someone else will love her the way she deserved all along.